Thursday the 8th. So a quick recap for trade alerts for today. Yesterday I said I felt a bit under the weather. Well, I also tested positive for COVID. Yeah, so gonna try my best today. I hope I'll make sense. My head is a bit woozy, but I hope to get through it. If I don't make sense, just cut me a break today. But things should be all right. Also, can you tell me, is my audio sounds too low? I got a message saying my audio is barely audible. Now I listened to it on my computer on a YouTube channel, and it sounds fine. So the mic isn't at 100%. So let me know if there are any audio issues that if I sound too low, I guess. All right, let's get to it. So, yesterday, 7:47 p.m. Nasdaq buy 11 537, sell 11 471. And what's interesting, not that I expect anyone to have gotten this, um, but 7:47 and right at looks like 8:01 or 8:02, 8:03. There was this break of 71, which gave you what, like 15 points, maybe a bit more. Um, yeah, so, well, what, a bit more actually, more like 40 points. Sorry, more like almost 40 points. Again, I don't expect anyone to have gotten this. It was just interesting. Anyway, let's get to my overseas trader. So which is 3 a.m. my time. So this is a bit before, right? This is a bit before. This would be the first trigger here of 537. Where is the stop? If you're using pivots, I would put it here, this pivot. So around 10, 27 points of risk might be too much. If you used a hard stop, depending where, you could have gotten chopped up over here, taken a few losses in a row, no question. If your stop was below this pivot at 10, then you just set back for hours, it seemed like. Yeah, look at that. For hours, just wait for the move, and eventually the move happens. But, you don't know that this is going to take place when you sit through this. This is ugly, and sometimes a Globex produces great action. London Open sometimes has great action, but not lately. Lately, you just see kind of a whole bunch of chops. So um, I don't know what to tell you. If it's possible for you not to trade a London Open and wait for the US Open, um, but even if I mean, you would have to be patient, but even if you traded this, as long as your stop was in the right place, the, I mean, this thing shot way up and then triggered again. So, what is it, like after 9:30? Yeah. So then after 9:30, price went below the trigger. It actually went below the trigger here also, like 7:30, and then came out. So I don't know. Uh, anyway, price went below the trigger and again came right out. And here there was just no heat at all. Just went right up, like what? Well over 100 points. So even if you took some stops in that choppy area, if you use the hard stop as opposed to um, the lowest pivot stop, you should have made up on this move of over 100 points. So let me know if you were able to be positive for the day. Those of you who trade the US Open, of course, you should have had no issues here. This was just a quick move up, really gave you no heat at all. Let's take a look at oil. So oil was a buy at 73.07 or a sell at 71.88. So let's see. Again, I don't expect anyone to be awake at this time. This is like between 1 and 2 a.m., so even before London Open. If you were awake, then from a buy at 73.07, looks like they went up to around 26. So you would have definitely be able to get the 10 ticks, $100 per contract target. Let's say you did not get this. If you did not get this, then here we go. This is for sure a losing trade. Price comes up, gives you like a tick or two, looks like, um, and then collapses down. Now, I'm not going to say that your stop, which should be below this pivot of 72.20. I mean, I, I don't expect what an 87 tick stop. That's way too much. Even though, again, remember, right? There was us as traders who worry about risk, and then there was the market. As far as the market was concerned, this is where the stop is. Obviously, I don't expect anyone to have an 87 tick stop. You could have looked for a closer pivot here, to be fair, here, right? So around 45. But again, I mean, you're looking at like 60 ticks plus 60, what, 62 ticks of risk. And again, probably too much. You probably had a hard stop here that you chose, and whatever that hard stop was, it got hit. Um, that's why I say my approach is my advice, I guess, is one for every one e-mini traded, have 3,000 available in drawdown. You must be able to withstand the drawdown to then be successful. And let me explain to you why. Let's say you had, let's assume the worst case scenario, you did not have a hard stop, you chose this pivot of 60 ticks, and of course that stop would have gotten hit. You're down 60 ticks, you're down $600, nowhere near the 3,000 that would have blown your account. You have plenty of room. Later on in the morning, there is another break of the trigger. And this one, from 7307, goes all the way up to 75.45. So that's well over $2, like $2,400 per contract move. You easily make up the 60 ticks, and you have your 10 ticks of profit, plus maybe a couple of more ticks for commissions or whatnot, to hit your daily target of $100 a day. So that's why I say don't over leverage, because there is no way to avoid losing trades. There will be losing trades. Doesn't matter if you use a hard stop or a pivot, you will have losing trades. And if you over leverage, you don't give yourself the opportunity to recover and be profitable. Um, so I think this. Oh no, wait. So then, see, I didn't realize it. So looks like now a price broke through, and actually, yeah. So here we go. So 71.88 was triggered, um, and I'm guessing you would have to use a hard stop in a situation like this because there was really no pivot. I mean, it was just straight down. When I say a pivot, I mean there's got to be something like this, and there was there was obviously no way. So there was no pivot here. It was just a straight down move. So in a case like this, I would probably wait because I would want to see some kind of a pivot. For example, if price breaks 71.88 now, my pivot would be here at around 72.35. So it looks like 88 is hitting, right? So This is some kind of it's it's really kind of pushing it. It's not a true pivot, but at least it's something. Uh, so on this 71.88 break, my stop would be at 32, 34, which is a lot. I mean, we're talking probably more than an average person would be willing to risk. So maybe then a hard stop is what you would do. Um, Also, of course, by this point, so now we're getting on 11 o'clock, and as you know, I like to be done by 10:30 at the latest. This was really the move over here, and if you missed it, I don't know. Then you're gonna be. I mean, just to be fair, then you're in this trade of 71.88, and you possibly take a loss. Again, I'm not sure where your hard stop would be. It would be interesting, I guess, to see later on if this trade works out. Um, but when you have a situation like this where just a straight down move, you really have no pivots. Definitely nowhere near the 71.88, and the risk is too much for you to trade the pivot. So maybe the best thing to do is just to stand aside. There are always opportunities, so there is no reason to take a trade you are not comfortable with. So well, looks like they're breaking. So again, 71.88. If you were looking for 10 ticks, you got it. Um, but again, even though it looks like this is a winning trade, if you're looking for $100, for myself, I would probably skip that trade. I would just say, you know what, the big move happened. I missed it. There is always tomorrow. I did not forget about doing a video on price completions. As soon as I get a bit better, um, I promise to cover uh, that and also a couple of other things. I just cannot quite do it right now. So I hope this helped. Again, please keep sending me your feedback. I read all your emails and I read all your comments on the videos. Um, I almost prefer comments on the videos because then other people who are taking this beta test can see and can probably relate. If you have an issue, I guarantee you, you're not the only one who's having a particular issue. So if you post in the videos, it's great, but I do read all your emails. I look at all of your screenshots that you are sending, and I do appreciate them. Okay, so that's all for today, guys. Thank you.